Hello there, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're continuing The Mandalorian Season 2. This is Chapter 10. Yeah, don't know the title yet because we haven't started the episode. But man, the whole thing, it really started off with a bang in the last one with a pretty long episode where the Mandalorian, he went back to Tatooine of all places. Because, nothing screams Star Wars like Tatooine does, really. And we even got a lot of Easter eggs from the good old R5 with the bad motivator to what looked like Anakin's pod racer, or like a piece of it at least, an engine. And then Cobb Vanth, and with the big reveal towards the end that Boba Fett, yes, he is alive, it seems like, and out for revenge. Does he want his armor back? What does he really want? Is he gonna be a good guy or a bad guy in this, or in between? That's definitely up in the air. But I feel quite certain that we're not gonna get into the whole Boba Fett thing just off the bat. We got the reveal, and now we'll probably have to wait a little bit. And the way that this series goes is it's hard to kind of theorize about exactly what's going to happen from episode to episode, because there are these kind of standalone adventures, and then the overall plot. But he's still looking for a place for the child, and for some more Mandalorians. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen in this one. Do you have anything you want to mention before we start the episode?
I want more baby, more baby.
More Baby Yoda, that's all we want. Okay, fair enough. Then let's do this. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Avatar and lots of other stuff. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. And let's go! That was Chapter 10, The Passenger, another great Mandalorian episode. And yes, I said it at the end there. Peyton Reed, he directed this one, and he's, of course, the guy who directed Ant-Man 1 and 2.
And Bring It On, apparently.
And some other stuff. He really likes insects. Perhaps. Those things were scary. Man, yeah, that was... Damn, I'm not too fond of spiders. I don't think that it's something that most people are fond of at all. I think most people, they don't really find spiders that nice to look at.
That size, man.
Yeah,
even the small ones, those were.
Yeah, and just the way with the mouth and the teeth. Damn, yeah, that was a interesting but cool design, at least. And I've seen something similar to that in the Star Wars universe. They do use a lot of similar designs in Star Wars overall, with just little tidbits just here and there where they can change it. Either way, they were pretty scary, but very well made. Like the effects in this episode, both the many practical effects, but also the CGI that they did use, and yeah, it's so well produced, this series, and you can definitely tell that both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, of course, they know their Star Wars. They're doing their homework, so to say. And we both wanted more of Baby Yoda, or the child, in this episode, and we definitely got it. He was being a little rascal, all the way through. Just
what the hell?
Kept on eating those eggs. Like, come on, those are that's the poor lady's offspring. Don't do that, buddy. And Mando just kept telling him, no, don't do that. But he's still he's not. I know that he's technically 50 years old, but he's behaving like a teenager, or just a spoiled kid sometimes.
He's a bit of a, I think he's I don't know how to say this in English, but in Danish we have a term for when toddlers, they get to this age where they become quite cross. They want to cross you all the time, and they want to test your authority. Yeah, and so yeah, I think that's kind of the age that we
what is that Danish word again?
Trodsalderen.
Ah, okay.
So the age of being cross.
Yes, okay. Or just the age of being a little pest. Almost.
And now we definitely see of course he's cute.
Yes.
The baby is cute.
Very.
but also a little bit of annoying.
Yeah, yeah,
Auth-
and just maybe doing some stuff that he definitely shouldn't be doing, and just with the other eggs, the spider eggs as well. Like if he hadn't gone and opened one of them and started eating it, then maybe the others wouldn't have reacted and popped, and we wouldn't have had this whole scary situation with the big spiders. But no, he just had to. He's always thinking with his stomach. It seems like he's
well,
always hungry.
same. It's not.
Friends, you totally get it then.
Yeah, yeah, I totally get. Is that's not it? It's just
The way he's going about it.
Dad said no
Yes.
multiple times, so you have to listen to Dad.
Listen to Dad. Yes, don't eat that poor lady's eggs, and don't wake the spiders. Yes, and they really messed up the Razor Crest. Whoa. He's just limping towards Trask or Task, I think. Trask, yeah, it was called, where they were going. And she was very adamant. The frog lady was very adamant about you need to keep to your word. And I've heard these stories about the Mandalorians, and yeah, she gave him a little push. And I definitely also understand it, like from her perspective, that if this is like their last chance, her family and her line, like it's gonna end if they don't, if she doesn't get to her husband with the eggs, and he's done a lot to carve out an existence for them.
They risked everything.
Yes, so there's even an element of refugees and immigrants in a way as well. Like there are still, even though this is in a galaxy far, far away, there are still these little moments and these things that are very recognizable, and something that's relevant to the real world as well. And you can understand and you can see why characters, they make certain decisions, or they behave in certain ways based off what predicament they're in, and then we will look at that situation and be like, okay, I kind of understand that, because it's similar to something real, and Star Wars is very good at doing that. And then we got some more stuff with the New Republic, and some X-wing pilots, and one of them that we've seen before in the episode, the prisoner, which they also they talked about in this very episode, at the end. And that's kind of why they let him go, was because he caught those guys and left them there, and he tried to save that one guy, who was at the prison, played by Matt Lanter, who voiced Anakin in the Clone Wars. But yeah, they referred to that, and that's why they let him go. And the pilot itself, played by Dave Filoni, named Trapper Wolf. And Wolf, Dave Filoni, he loves wolves, and I mentioned that during the reaction as well. And yeah, the other pilot, I didn't recognize the actor at first, but his name is Paul Sun Hyung Lee. So yeah, it was nice to see the New Republic again, and just knowing that they are expanding at the moment and they're trying to regulate stuff, but at least they're not behaving like the Empire. They behaved pretty much like, the good guys. Oh, and we still didn't get to find out what planet they were actually on. But I don't think that was.
I don't think that matters.
Nah, not that important. Not particularly. I think it was more showing us that this was going to be a tough ride, and not being able to go the hyperspace route, and using the hyperdrive, couldn't do that. So it was going to be a challenge, and then the fact that the New Republic, they are expanding. Yeah,
and it was a little bit like being pulled over by the cops, like
it actually kind of was.
I don't know what that feels like, but
yes,
I could imagine.
I'm sure there are some people out there who knows what it feels like to be pulled over by the cops, and having them like keep being like, show us this, and questioning, and being like, no, we're gonna have to take you in, and it's and Mando obviously was like, nope, cannot do that.
I have someone on board that should not.
I have precious cargo, and he did not want to get into that whole thing, which is understandable. But in the end, as we mentioned, they did let him go.
Yeah, and I just like this whole thing with like X-wing pilots, and the rebellion. I know it's not called the rebellion anymore, but like the New Republic is starting to take over now, and this whole I think it's a very nice in a world building sense, and just that it's just connecting some dots and kind of explaining the situation, like in what's going on in
the state of the galaxy.
Yeah,
and we kind of got into a little bit of that in the first episode as well, from this season, with the Empire being defeated. It was that flashback that Cobb Vanth, when he was telling about the Empire being defeated, and then as soon as that happened, the criminals, they kind of just moved in this case, like slavers. So there is, in the Outer Rim, where the New Republic, they can't expand that quick, and they can't get out there and patrol and protect people the way that the Empire kind of did, and they had a hold over the entire galaxy. Like, yes, they were the bad guys, but they still supplied, like, or gave some systems, some semblance of order and peace, at least when it came to like being safe from pirates and criminals. So that is a role that the New Republic is gonna need to fill out, maybe, if they even have plans of like expanding all the way to the Outer Rim, or like they're probably gonna focus on the inner planets first.
Yeah, sure, and then also in all, I think when we, after a war, it was a war. It's called the Star Wars. So there is always this transition period where you kind of clean the streets, basically, and try to, build up again anew. And this is, of course, 5 years after the
about 5 years,
so we're still in this transition period where you're trying to build up the galaxy again, especially because it's a galaxy, so it's big, yada yada. But so we are still in this transition period, and as Dave Filoni's character Wolf also said, he said these are trying times. So that's also why he understands the definitely gray areas, especially out here in the Outer Rim. So they also show some sort of understanding for the situation, not just being like authoritative figures and just saying, well, you have a bounty on you.
So you're not obeying the law, so we're gonna take you in no matter what.
Exactly. So it was like a eye for an eye thing, or that sounds
give
wrong.
And take.
Yeah, give and take, gray area thing, right? So they could like sweep it on the rock and call it a day.
Yeah, and they've probably only now started patrolling these areas. They spent the first period of time after the destruction of the second Death Star, like hunting down the rest of the Empire and the remnants, and we had the whole battle over Jakku. So yeah, they've been focused on that, cleaning up that aspect of the galaxy, and now they can start to actually govern and try to build up the Republic again, and help these Outer Rim planets with the pirates and the mercenaries and everything. So yeah, it's gonna take some time, but it's good to see that they are out there and they are willing to let someone like the Mando, go, because he did them a service previously.
I think that's why it's kind of being cemented now, that even though there has to be some sort of law and order in the galaxy, the New Republic is definitely the good guys, because they are actually able to not be basically fascists, but actually,
they're not the Empire,
being human beings. And
they didn't want to shoot him down or anything. They were like, they kept trying to warn him and be like, don't make us do this. Like, come on, dude, just let us take you in, and then we'll sort things out. Like, they were not trying to mess with him or anything. So yeah.
They just had to follow protocol for the most part of it, right? So yeah.
I just quickly want to talk about the start of the episode, because we started out still on Tatooine, and he was it picked up right where the last episode left off. He was still on the speeder bike, and then he got ambushed or attacked by, I'm not quite sure if it actually was bounty hunters out looking for him specifically, because Grief did call off all the bounty hunters from the collective, at least.
But they were after the child.
The guild, it's called. Sorry, not the collective. Jesus, sorry. The guild, the bounty hunters guild. Or maybe they're not a part of that, or maybe they are, and they got hired by someone else to look for the child, find the child. Even though, no, because they gave up the child towards the end, because he offered they wanted the jetpack, or that small guy wanted the jetpack instead. So maybe it was just a coincidence, and he was just someone on a speeder bike carrying a lot of stuff, and they were like, "We're gonna ambush him and take his stuff." But then again, how did they know before he got there? And yeah, but there's some questions there. Maybe they're gonna get into that. Maybe not. Maybe they're just still bounty hunters on his trail, and we're still gonna. Yeah, that's gonna be a through line, a thing that's gonna keep happening.
And well, a jetpack is quite expensive, or you can probably sell it or use it, or yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty useful, and the armor as well, of course. But it was pretty cool the way he just got rid of that guy, but just nope, time for a liftoff and goodbye. And then of course we had the return once again of Amy Sedaris' character, who I still don't really think that she fits in this universe, to me personally at least. Like, she's too, like, bring me that map of Tatooine. Like, I don't know. She's just and her swagger, the way she's saying things and doing things, and the medium rare, and I don't know. She just seems like someone who's taken straight out of like our world, our galaxy, and just plopped in the galaxy far, far away. But I'm sure like it's different for everybody watching it. It's just, to me personally,
I think it's maybe some sort of nudge towards like still reminding us that this is taking base in like old westerns and stuff like that. Maybe I don't know if they do serious twang in westerns.
oh, like that. Oh yeah, like her accent. But
Or
yeah,
like the way
I
she
don't know.
speaks.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
just, to me, her character. It's not the best fit. But either way, like it's cool to see something like the cantina again, and Doctor Mandible. I think that was its name. Is a creature we did see back in the cantina. I believe.
It just looked a bit like the same place where Han shot first.
It was.
Yeah, but that's I just think that was quite funny.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the chance to say it, but I don't mind Amy Sedaris' character. She's not like my favorite, but I also don't mind her. So it's a bit like, for me, it's a bit like Jar Jar. I know that's I know that's blasphemy, but well, I didn't mind Jar Jar.
I've heard people calling her the Jar Jar of the Mandalorian before. So,
and I don't. I'm just saying I don't agree. Or maybe I do actually agree with it, because I didn't mind Jar Jar. So maybe in that regard, it's
fair enough.
Well,
either way, it was another fun episode, and with a little standalone adventure, so to say. Even though he was on his way to do something else, and then it was a crash landing and monsters and X-wing pilots, and yeah, good fun. It's always nice to get back into the Star Wars universe, definitely. And now, yeah, I just hope he's going to be able to make it to this Trask planet with the Frog Lady and her offspring, and they're going to live happily ever after. Yeah, let's see with the next one if it's going to pick up right where this one left off, or if there's going to be a little time jump. But unless you have anything else you want to mention?
I don't think so.
Nope. Alrighty, then that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I just noticed the music in this one, the score was just really good. It's just I'm sorry, but I think I feel like Ludwig Göransson. He's my new favorite composer of all time.
It's maybe not of all time for me, but yeah, he's definitely way up there, and he's doing so many cool things, and especially with the Mandalorian, yeah, he is killing it each and every episode. I love what he's bringing to this. So that's gonna do it for this reaction and review of The Mandalorian, Chapter 10, The Passenger. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. May the Force be with you always. Bye.
Bye.